Chairman, you listen to him, correct?
I listened to him clearly. He understood very, very well about this subject matter. He goes away to separate it on the commercial aspect of it, which the ministry ought to have detailed knowledge of it, the duration of that loan, and the stages the work has done. That's what we want to know from your ministry.
Mr. Chairman, sir, let me maybe clarify. All Minister of Transport is to manage the contract. Where the federal government gets the money, we don't know.
Now tell us how you have managed the contract.
There's a contract between the federal government of Nigeria and the CCC. We have finished implementing Kaduna and Ibadan. We are implementing Lagos. We are not finished paying Lagos.
Can you tell us what is honorable committee the contract from? With the China Civil Engineering Corporation. As regard the title you do Kaduna section.
About $1 billion. Where is that question? No. How much is this?
That is the principal amount.
The responsibility of Ministry of Transport is to implement a contract. Who pays the contractor? Ministry of Finance. How does the Ministry of Finance pay? When we sign that the contractor has done its responsibility, two parties will sign to China. Ministry of Transport, it goes to Ministry of Finance, right? Then they revert to China and they're paid. So our responsibility is implementation. And the invitation I got, and I want the committee to please put this at the back of their mind, is to come and explain about the loan. So I'm here. And I've said to you that loan activities rest with Ministry of Finance, contract activities rest with Ministry of Transportation. The reason is that the letter I got from you said, come and talk about loans. And I'm here on that position. When you summon me, and like you know, there's no time the House will summon me and I will disrespect the House as a former Speaker of the State Assembly. So at all times that I'm summoned, I must comply with that.
Honorable Minister, I just want to...
But in terms of...
Let me interject a little bit. You also cannot separate your ministry. Because if the Ministry of Finance is going to secure loan on behalf of Nigeria for your own ministry, you cannot separate your ministry from it.
Okay, Chairman, that means all ministries cannot separate.
That's what I'm saying. At any particular point in time, the representative of the Minister of Finance, can we separate the Minister of Transport when securing a loan that concerns that ministry?
Usually, the team that goes for loan negotiation for any particular project will include the relevant agency that will implement the proposed project. In addition to that, you will have the Debt Management Office, the Ministry of Finance, and sometimes the Office of the Attorney General. That has always been the composition of the team that usually goes for loan negotiations for any particular project.
Honorable Minister, we want you to go straight to his question.
I'm saying question.
The preamble is not needed.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, I'm coming, sir. I'm coming. Whether Nigeria reactions to such an issues in terms of loan agreement, because I've also seen from the Ministry of Communications where Nigerians sign off some certain level of sovereignty. On certain level of sovereignty. If part of the clauses are breached, please can we come down, please? If part of the clauses in that agreement is breached, we have also seen. So when National Assembly reacts in this manner to questions on level of agreement being entered by any ministry of this country and any other nations, we have every right to question that, because anything that is going to happen will happen to our generation unborn. So we have right to question those things. Whether we get it from China or not is immaterial. The most important thing is that we must save and protect our people as regard agreement, because most of the agreement that have been signed, the National Assembly have no knowledge. Even details of the information, details embedded in that agreement is not forwarded to you when they are demanding counterpart funding. Details of those information are not forwarded to you. You don't have even the detail clause by clause, which you ought to do. In line with your management DMO, in line with the act that established you, we needed to know those details. even before going to sign such an agreement. But those details are not provided to Parliament. So we have right to question the Honorable Minister.
Please, if you check the Constitution, the right to fair hearing, and I insist on the right to fair hearing.
Yeah, fair hearing depends on the question and
No,
answer.
sir. The fair hearing is for me to speak and defend what...
No, you raise an issue.
I didn't raise an issue. He raised an issue.
No, I'm coming, sir, I'm coming.
He raised an issue.
Can I clear this? Can I clear this? You started by insinuating that whatever we have been talking, that you listened to the Honorable Member when he was presenting his issue in the floor of the House. By the time we come that these people will not be able to give us loan again because of the issues we are raising. And it is based on that that the Honorable Member reacted and asked you a question. I said, those issues are immaterial. And I will go straight to the question. Is that not what I'm saying?
Chairman, the right to fair hearing is to be heard. I mean, how right you are.
Okay, go ahead now. Go ahead.
Unfortunately for two of us, Chairman, I was also a member of the House. And I know that the responsibility of the House does not include asking DMO to give you the documents before he signs. There are two responsibilities in the Constitution that are allowed to the House. The function of oversight and the function of lawmaking. The function of oversight includes investigation, which is why we are here, sir. If the executive passes all documents they want to sign to the legislature may not be able to see it because there are too many documents that we sign every day. Now, in response to what you're saying, I do not at all subscribe to the House.
Honorable Minister, are you teaching us oversight?
No, sir. Chairman,
you know why I say so?
Chairman,
I'm coming. I will give you time. I will give you time. You know why I say so? Some of us also have master's degrees in legislature as subject concerning legislature. And you and me know that I've been in this business since the past 20 years. So I understand the oversight clearly. I know the extent upon which the National Assembly or the legislature can embark on oversight. Oversight can embark on three key different ways: at the beginning, at the middle of implementation, and at the end of implementation.
Chairman, you know when I said, I say, allow my foolishness, then you can come with your right. The House, and it's a pity I've seen in public. This government outside Nigeria, they are sensitive to what you say. Nobody's stopping you for investigation. No government outside Nigeria or Nigeria can stop you for investigation. We are saying that if Nigeria has applied for 3 loans already, 3, Port Harcourt Maiduguri, the Minister of Finance told him here that he was stopped and told that the next loaning plan will not be approved unless you get Port Harcourt Maiduguri. Port Harcourt Maiduguri goes through the southeast and the northeast. The only south town in Port Harcourt Maiduguri is Port Harcourt. We're about to apply for loan. They will not grant that loan. Then you summon us back to the House and say, why are we consulting Lagos Kano and we're not consulting Port Harcourt Maiduguri? The appeal I was making initially was, can we be allowed to get this loan? Then you can summon us. Not to start what you're doing, and the whole process would then be stopped. Because even me...
Can I refer you to a law enacted by this country? I refer you to Debt Management Office Establishment Act.
Two of us. So why are you putting the law?
I've also seen...
There is no law
I can tell you,
taken by this government that is not approved by this House.
And you
so why are you putting the law?
Brought all the conditions?
There's no document to send. There's no document to sign in China. There's no problem.
Before remember, you are seeing it now.
No, before the Senate committee.
We're talking about House of Rep.
The law says to the Senate committee who approves it.
The law didn't say us.
No, the Senate committee that approves international loan demand for all these documents. And
where is the law that says so? Can you refer me to it?
Chairman, I therefore keep quiet. Because you're
no, can you refer me to that law?
You're both chairman and minister for transport. Since I can't speak, then if you do the speaking,
I don't think so.
I'll do the listening.
No, see, listen. I've always availed time for you to defend.
Chairman, you can be speaking, I will be listening.
No, all I wanted is that you refer to a law that mandates Senate committee. I say, show us the law.
Chairman, the Senate committee required us in applying for international loan to furnish them with all the documents. Say the National Assembly must approve. I said we furnish in that Senate committee with all the available documents that is needed for which the Senate approved the loans. So there's nowhere in this country that an international or even local loan will be approved, will be taken without the approval of the National Assembly. It will not happen. it is against the law. I continue to tell you this, Mr. Chairman, that there is no day until I die that I will disrespect this house, because I was once a speaker. Now, Mr. Chairman, in responding to him, I had said to you that my fear is that at the end of the day, some sections of this country will suffer if they stop giving us loan. One more project, two more projects that will suffer. The first one is Lagos-Ibadan. Have we finished Lagos-Ibadan? They have not finished its busing. We are asking for a loan to commence work from Ibadan to Kano. And the day they say, oh, look, the government is not supporting the loans people are taking, we are no longer giving you. That is the end of the project. I completely concede to you, Chairman, and to the House, of your power to investigate, to oversight the executive. But in oversighting the executive, there's what is called national interest. Mr. Chairman, you don't suffer the pressure I suffer when I travel down east, and I'm being told that we're not doing any railway in the east. Again, Mr. Chairman, the economy of this country can only be propelled by transportation. And the roads are not being completely fixed because there are too many. Therefore, the emphasis of the government is to fix the railways. So, no problems. I only sought approval that, look, we don't mind these investigations. Can we shift it to December, January, when we would have possibly gotten these loans? Once we get these loans, Chairman, turn me upside down, I will answer you.
Okay, can I ask you a question, sir? Are you done? The money has been taken, and those projects has facilitated those projects. Can we have those details? Now, I'm coming. You see, we're taking it step by step. Let's have those details to appreciate what you want to take again. You understand? Because I want the progress of this country. We're partnering on this business. In going forward, those key areas, this agreement signed, those projects it has attended to, we want to know every money that has been released. Counterpart funding that has also been addressing such a project. The payment of this loan, how far have we gone? At what stage are we? We want to know those things. When we know those things, asking you to go ahead, because the project coming to the east is critical to Nigerians. The people must facilitate business in the southeast. You must facilitate business in the south, where me and you are from. I'm not against it. But in going forward, we must be able to have information so as to appreciate your own work.
Chairman, if you listen to what I said this loan, because inside your government, you're not accepting the loans. The government is disagreeing on these loans. And I told you there are three critical loans that we should focus on.
I don't think we are disagreeing. We are getting it wrong.
No.
We say we want transparency on the movement.
Chairman, please now. Can I finish? Can I finish, sir?
It's okay. Go ahead.
This told me when I was, the time you fixed was not good for me, but you come first. Whatever assignment I had to keep it to come and answer the summons of the House. So at any point in time you say, come, I will come. If you wake me from sleep, I will discuss what is happening in the Ministry of Transport. The Minister of Finance will tell you, even if it's corruption, it is a difficult issue to discuss when it comes to these laws, because they are not paid here. They are paid in over there. Even the counterpart funding, they are paid directly to the contractor. So what Minister of Transport does is, where are the engineers? Let's go and measure whether you have done according to the contract. Before we recommend to Minister of Finance, who then recommends to China for payment. That's how it's done. But you see, when you hear me say the things I'm saying because thank God he said they are also getting pressure, but I'm getting more of the pressure. Now listen, there are rumblings up there in China, and there are loans you have asked for. If your government is not in agreement with this, don't forget that there are all sorts of allegations against China here and there. If your government is not in agreement with this, we can stop. And the moment you stop, the following things will happen. Lagos-Ibadan is not completed, and I want to put on record so that if it happens, they will know that I said it. Lagos-Ibadan is not completed. Ibadan to Kano is...
I think you are, Minister.
Hold on,
I'm coming, sir.
Hold on, sir.
I'm coming. When you are mentioning Lagos-Ibadan, and you are mentioning Enugu, you are trying to blackmail this committee.
How?
I'm coming. You are trying to blackmail this. You are trying to push this committee against Nigerians. Against Nigerians. The only thing I want to look here is this.
You heard me say that I had a private discussion in which I made this request privately.
Can we please?
And it wasn't granted.
Please, sir. This committee is guided by rules. Why I'm saying this clearly is this. The documents we have gone through, not only this document, we've not gone through this. There are variations on rate and interest rates in many other documents. Those variations, we'll ask Ministry of Finance how manage these variations are. Those are the items we look out for here. We're not saying that somebody is corrupt. Why do you sign these documents different from this interest rate, and you sign it at the same time? So those are issues that comes up on communications and Ministry of the other ministries that we're going to ask us and interrogate. We're not saying because money is not paid directly to people in this country. It's paid to the district. We have seen the agreement here. We have also seen clause where sovereignty is waived if we default. We have seen it in a document. We have seen it in a document. It's not in a document. The sovereignty of our country is waived. And I believe that that particular clause is not part of the thing they brought to the National Assembly to approve. Because no National Assembly members will look at that clause and approve such. So you in your own way, you might be right in what you are doing to defend this country when signing, when reaching a disagreement. Others might not be so. So we must take a critical look at them one by one. This committee has not been functioning in National Assembly before, but now the committee has started functioning. And we must use this committee to defend Nigerians. That's all we're after. So if in the next 2 weeks we are free, give us a date. No, I don't want to take date. It's a consensus issue. It's a consensus issue.